Alright, so I had a successful duck hunt this morning. I'm going to show how I'm going to try a new recipe tonight and see how it goes. I cleaned these birds up and I left the skin on here. These are the breasts of two pretty decent sized mallards. So I plucked them and left the skin on. I'm going to do one recipe for that, and then this, we got a teal, and then these are just like the little tenders that are on the breast, and then the hearts. What I'm basically going to do with these is just put a little salt and pepper on them, roll them around in butter and eat those. But what I want to do today is talk about these skinless breasts. One thing for plucking that I found, I got this little lighter that's like almost kind of like a torch. I use that to get rid of all the little pin feathers. That was extremely helpful. So I would recommend picking one of those up. It was like $4 at a gas station. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to season these up with my favorite seasoning, and then I'm going to do a cooking technique that I'm going to put a cast iron skillet on the stove, on the stove, and it's going to be a cold pan, so I'm not using any butter or anything like that. I'm going to put these on a cold pan, put on medium to high heat, skin side down, and then I'm going to finish them off in the oven. So I'm going to get these seasoned up, and then I'll kind of show you the process as I go along. Alright, so what I have here is Johnny Hunter's blend. This is my favorite wild game seasoning for just about everything. It's good on just about anything, especially wild game, but also potatoes, vegetables, whatever. It's just my favorite all-around seasoning. So what I'm going to do, you can do this with just salt and pepper. I'm going to try it with the Johnny's first. This basically just is a seasoning salt anyway, so I'm going to season both sides. And then another thing I did is I'm preheating my oven to 200 degrees so that it's ready to go once I get these on in the pan. Alright, so before I get back to those skinless breasts, these are just the hearts and the little tenders and a little teal breast. They're just rolling around in this butter, kind of chilling with some of that same Johnny Hunters on them. I'm just going to kind of get these going. Everything I do with duck, it's got to be rare. It's just the only way to eat duck. Alright, so these are starting to crisp and crack a little bit. I can see some of this fat starting to render out, so I'm going to let them go for maybe another minute or so until this pan is kind of covered in that rendered fat. Give them a quick flip, and then we'll put it in the oven. Alright, so now it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but there's just a layer of that rendered down fat covering the whole pan. So what I'm going to do is give these a quick flip like this here. You can see the skin kind of shrinks up, but it's got that nice little browning to it. So what I'm going to do now is flip these over, not for that long, just for enough time to give them a little bit of a crisp. And let them go for maybe 45 seconds or so. Alright, so these have been going for just a little bit. The other side's got a little bit of a crisp to them. What I'm going to do is flip them back over. And then what you do is you take the manliest oven glove you can find. I personally like to have little pink hearts on mine. And I'm going to put this in my 200-degree oven. I'm going to actually let them go for about 5 minutes or so. Alright, so these have been in the oven for a couple minutes. What I'm going to do now, pull them out. This is actually a really important part of the process that a lot of people don't do. Is I pull them out, get them off of this hot pan. I'm pushing down on them. They feel firm, but they got some spring left, so that's a good sign. I'm going to pull them out of this hot pan, and I'm going to let them rest. This is super important for really anything, whether you're cooking backstrap, ribeyes, whatever. Get them off your heat and let them rest for 5 or 10 minutes. If you cut them open, all the juices and goodness will fall out of them. I'm going to let them rest for 5-6 minutes or so, and then we'll cut into them and give them a try. Alright, so these have been resting for about 4 or 5 minutes. I got them thinly sliced up. They're definitely medium rare, so got skin on. This is the first time I've used this recipe. I like the idea of it. I saw it on YouTube, so I'm gonna give it a try. This is the first taste test doing this, using this method. Honestly, not my favorite. It's pretty darn good. I got a couple other ways of making duck that I would choose over this. It's pretty good. I definitely like that skin. I wonder if these birds are, it's early season here, it's October 4th, I shot these birds this morning. I'll put a link in the description below to that hunt. It was actually my dog Harley. I've been working really hard with her on becoming a duck dog. This was her very first hunt and she did excellent. So I'll put a link to that video below, but it's pretty good. I like it. I'm going to try a couple new things with ducks. I've kind of done the same thing for the last several years, so I'm going to try a couple new recipes. I think this would be a lot better if these were like later season fatter birds. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I just like some of the other stuff I do better. I'd like to hear what you guys do. I'm definitely interested in like plucking the entire bird and finding a recipe that utilizes the whole bird. If you have any ideas for that, put the recipe or what you do in the comments below. I'd really like to try some of that stuff. But yeah, this is good. I'm glad I tried it. It's pretty good. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Again, I'll put the link to the actual hunt for these birds in the link below, or in the comments below. So thank you guys for watching my videos. If you would please do me a favor and hit subscribe, that would really mean a lot. I'm just trying to share my passion for the outdoors. And one of the biggest parts of that passion is the food that comes from hunting and fishing. So I'm going to try to put some more videos out this year. I really appreciate you guys watching. So good luck in the field this year.